I just got my first check ever from Google, so I want to make this video and show you how much an AI coding YouTube channel of around 2,000 subscribers make. And honestly, the numbers will probably surprise you. Before I start, I just want to say I started this YouTube channel for two main reasons. The first one was to kind of get myself out there, get out of my comfort zone. I've been watching YouTube since like 2008. I used to make gaming videos and all that. I never showed my face. I never took it seriously. So I just really wanted to go full speed with it. And I knew I had a unique story as a former real estate agent who learned how to code and then became an AI engineer. Now the second reason was I knew I was going to have to apply for a job soon. And I knew that having a YouTube channel around coding would really make me stand out as a stronger candidate. And both of these things paid off way better than I could have ever imagined. My career has grown faster than I ever thought was possible, and that's mainly due to this YouTube channel. So I hope this video will serve as inspiration for you to start making any form of content around your learning journey, as there's so many benefits to it besides just the money. I'm also going to tell you about how I started making hundreds of dollars off my YouTube channel before even getting monetized. So before getting into the tools, I'll break down my top 5 videos that generated the most revenue for me in this period. Containing video, and as you can see, I made around 11 bucks off of it. Don't let the gold chain fool you. I mean, look around, I'm still living out of boxes and stuff. I'm basically homeless. So basically I got monetized around March 18th. So I've only had a couple months to generate revenue off this video, even though it's been around for a lot longer than that. So that's kind of why the revenue is so low. But generally anything that has to do with like AI engineer interviews, I'm doing very well on those videos because that's like a keyword that I rank very highly for, which makes sense. My whole spiel is like I'm a real estate agent and then I became a self-taught AI engineer. And so if I can do it, basically so can you. So I try to teach those concepts, and I've actually helped a lot of people land AI engineer jobs, which is really cool. And next up we have this video. It's called How I Cut Token Cost by 90%, AI Cost Optimization Guide. So this one, I believe it was released after I got monetized. So it's had a while to generate revenue, pretty much its whole life. So I got 16 bucks off of it. So it's a newer video, but it's doing quite well in views. I mean, it's just constantly going up, but very slowly. See if I go on revenue here, you'll find something called an RPM, which if you watch a couple of these videos already, you already know what it means. But it's basically revenue per milli. And on this video, it's actually quite high for my channel. It's like 5.71, which means I get around 6 bucks for every 1,000 views. And I think it's a bit higher here because here I'm talking about how I saved a startup over $1 million in token costs. So I'm kind of mixing the AI niche, which is, I think it's quite well paid on YouTube, with finance. I guess saving money is always something that advertisers are gonna pay a lot of money for. And that's where I'm making this money, is from the ads that you see in my YouTube videos. Because you are watching my ads, right? You'd never use ad block, would you, right? The next, I think the third highest video, or second, I don't know, I forgot how to count, is AI engineer interview questions, interviewer perspective. So since becoming an AI engineer, I have been in charge of hiring AI engineers, which means I've been on both sides of the recruitment process. So I've actually interviewed AI engineers, and this is me giving my perspective and what interview questions I look for when I'm hiring people. Again, AI engineer interview questions, something I rank very highly for already, but then interviewer perspective, I don't think there's any other video that does this currently on YouTube. So it just instantly gives me credibility. So as you can see, this one also was published way before I was monetized in March. And since then I've earned 26 bucks. But as you can see, my RPM is a lot lower here. Maybe it's because I'm just looking for, oh no, it's quite high. See, as you can see here, my RPM, oh, it's still around 5, which is quite good, honestly. So in the last 28 days, made 8 bucks, I think 20 bucks in total. So besides niche, what really determines the number you get paid is where the person watching your ads is from. So yeah, YouTube basically look at where the people watching your videos are from, and then they'll pay you less if they're not from a developed country, pretty much. So coding YouTube channels tend to have a lot of people from India. First of all, shout out to Indians. Like when I was learning how to code, I was literally just looking at YouTube videos, and usually some of the best ones were when an Indian, they would still have the best explanations, and I learned so much through that. So thank you so much for that. So yeah, that's gonna be the main problem a coding YouTube channel has, is there's gonna be a lot of views from India and Nepal and Nigeria and these developing countries, I think is how you say it, and they basically pay way less per view. But you'll see I actually do have quite a substantial US audience. I think it's because like I live in the US and I kind of sound like an American when I talk, and I think that helps. So perhaps talk more like an American if you want to make some more dollars. And number 2, we have 50 advanced Python concepts to get a senior developer job in 2026. And as you'll see, since published, it has made $58, which is pretty nice, honestly. I mean, $58 from one video, but it is almost an hour long, so I did put in a lot of time, especially into the editing on this one. And it took a long time for it to pop off. So I guess that's another tip, is sometimes you'll make a YouTube video and it won't even pop off until like a year after, which is what this one did. So don't just delete the video because it didn't do well. Like leave it up there and then see what happens. Like this one really just like took off out of nowhere. I think because the way I broke it down, like if you look in the description, I had timestamps for everything. Like this is super AEO friendly, which is SEO but for how AI models pick up your content. So if you search for some of these concepts on like ChatGPT or Gemini, probably it will link to this video. Anyway, here I was just throwing stuff at the wall, and this is kind of where I figure out that interview related content is something my viewers like a lot. I've been taking notes on every single interview I've ever had, and this is me basically just taking the most important concepts I've been asked about and the most important concepts I've had to learn that helped me become a senior Python developer. And the comments on this video are just like fantastic. Like people are saying one of the most thorough videos on Python concepts. Some people are like, what, does this not have a million views already? That's crazy, which I agree. It should have that. So basically, let's do the calculation. What if this had 1 million views? Well, so my RPM is quite low here because it's taking into account the views that I got when I was unmonetized. If we do the last 28 days, you'll see I have a nice little 5.78. So you see for this video, I'll actually make about $6,000 if it gets to 1 million views, which is pretty sick. Let's hope it hits that. But another reason why this video is earning a lot of money is it's a lot longer. So I'm able to put more ads throughout the video, which means a viewer probably has a higher chance of watching more ads, which equals more money. We have the #1 video in terms of revenue. This is also my most watched video to date, and it's AI engineer interview questions. So this is, I think I just got on a AI engineer job, and I did a lot of prep work here to get the job. So I kind of just like jotted everything down, like mainly the questions that I used to prepare and also the questions I was asked. And I never really thought this would take off, but it really took off like almost immediately, which was great. So as you see, I made $76 off of this video. Again, it was published before monetization. So yeah, I'm getting about 150 views per day, which is nice. Maybe like $1 a day on average. Again, a longer video, 20 minutes, but still it means I can put maybe one more ad slot there. RPM still at a stable $5. Honestly, if I'm looking at other coding YouTube channels, I know this is kind of a high number because I think the AI niche just pays a lot more than regular coding because there's so many people that want to get into AI. There's so much spending in AI and people really want to hire AI engineers. So it's a good niche to be in, honestly. But same thing here, I think this video just got picked up by ChatGPT, and a lot of the concepts I talk about when you search for those in ChatGPT, it will sometimes pick up this video, which helps me a lot. Before I move on to the totals, let me just show you one of my worst performing videos and why it's quite interesting. So I made this LangChain Vector DB RAG course, and it's like 1 hour, 30 minutes. It took so long time to make this. And it went up to like 5K views almost immediately in the first 30 days. Well, at the time where my YouTube channel was extremely small. I had like maybe 200 subs. So this is like my first breakout video, I think. But it's only made 2.56 bucks from all that time for this, with one of the most depressing RPMs I've ever seen. Actually, even the last 28 days is only like $2, my guy. So why is this video so bad? So most of the views for this video happened pre-monetization. Since then, it doesn't really get that many views, but it is quite long. So he rakes in some money. But let's say I was monetized for all those views. It would be 2.01 times 7. I think it's the total views, like 14 bucks. It's really not a lot. So just letting you know that you can spend a lot of time on a YouTube video. This one took ages to make, and it still won't make you a lot of money. But this video has helped me out in a lot of like career aspects. I can say on my resume, I developed a 90-minute course on YouTube, on LangChain, especially if the job I was applying for asked for LangChain proficiency. I'd be like, I made a course, like how more proficient than that can you get? So that really helped me out. And because of that, this video probably has made me the most amount of money ever, because it's landed me some really high paying AI engineer job offers. Okay, so let's talk about the totals. So in the last 28 days, I have 14.4 thousand views and I made about 70 bucks. And my lifetime revenue is 200 bucks. I made it since March, so been monetized for maybe like 3 months. So that averages around like 60 or 70 bucks a month. Which is cool. I mean, it might pay for like my editing software and something else. It's not really money I can put anywhere, but it's nice to have like a monetary value to help me keep me motivated. So as you can see, in March, it was like a half month where I made 25 bucks. And then since then, it's been pretty consistently 60, 70 bucks. Probably on track to do that as well in June. And you'll see most of these are from full-length videos. I pretty much make no money off of shorts. Shorts are just really bad for my channel. I don't know why. I think my viewers just want more long-form videos. And as you can see, my total RPM is 1.67. But if we look at the last 28 days, which I've been monetized for all of them, you'll see I have a stable $5 RPM, which again, it's a really good one. Like, I'm quite happy with it and quite surprised. I was expecting like a 3 or something like that. Okay, so this is great. Like 200 bucks for 3 months of being monetized. There's a lot of work I've put into this channel over 2 years. On and off, I've been slacking, honestly. And as you'll see, most of the money comes from like 5 videos. So YouTube is kind of about just throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. So I just wouldn't be such a perfectionist and I just record stuff and put it out there. Okay, so let me tell you about how I made, I think around like 600 bucks before I was even monetized and how that's possible. So a couple of months ago, one of my subscribers basically asked me, hey, I'm having an AI engineer interview coming up. Can you coach me? And I never thought about it, but I'm like, yeah, sure. I set up a page where they could book me for an hour or something. And I think it set it up to like be 55 bucks initially. They booked like 3 more calls coming up before the interview. And basically I sat down and we did mock interviews. I told them what to focus on and all of this. And eventually they actually got the job, which was a AI engineer role at a top European bank. And they were ecstatic about this. I got very busy, so I raised the fee to like 100 bucks per hour, which of course I saw less bookings, but I still saw bookings because that's kind of what I would value my time at right now. And it works. I mean, I got a booking. Someone just bought a package of like 5 calls immediately. So I made like a nice 500 bucks for 5 hours of helping this person prepare for an interview, which also went really great. And since then I get like a booking here or there. So basically I started this when I had like 1,000 subscribers or something. So I just want to tell you that you can still make money from YouTube without being monetized. If you have a high value skill that you can teach to other people, you can also sell a product and do all kinds of stuff. So I won't be too reliant on AdSense because honestly, for most YouTubers, it's just not going to pay the rent. Also, I have had some sponsors reach out to me since a while back, but either these have been products that I don't fully support, like they're a bit, I don't know, they're a bit not poorly made, or like I'm not getting any crazy views on average on my channel right now. Like my highest viewed video is like 30K or something, and on average it's like 1,000, 2,000 or something. So I'm not gonna get paid crazy numbers for that. So I've been offered like, I think something between 100 to 150 per video for like a 30-second integration, which honestly, like when you think about it, it's kind of like money-wise, it's kind of no-brainer. $150 for 30 seconds of talking about some product. But honestly, like I'm already making $70 a month, like semi-passively, from even if I don't upload anything. So, and I already don't know how to spend that. So it's like, what is another $150 gonna do for me? Even if it's a product that I fully support, it's just like, why bother, you know? So I'm kind of holding off until I get more views, and then I'll probably start doing some sponsorships once I have higher views and with a company that I actually want to stand by. So there you go. I hope this inspires you to maybe start a YouTube channel of your own, that you can see the benefits it brings. Not only monetary ones, but it can really unlock stuff for you professionally, personally. It's made me a lot more confident and social, just putting my face out there. And it's kind of fun. Like I'm getting a lot of comments from viewers saying things are very helpful. And I'm thinking of next steps to maybe start live streaming, having like an office hours where people can just ask me like stuff about AI engineering or maybe growing a YouTube channel. So if that's something that interests you, then yeah, please let me know in the comments. If this was the first video of mine that you watched, you should check out this one, which is basically what started my whole YouTube journey. It's how I became a self-taught AI engineer. So make sure to check that out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.